Welcome to the Online Digital Marketing Podcast. We'll be discussing marketing strategies, trends, and tips that will help your business succeed in the digital age. Every episode, we'll be interviewing industry professionals and providing valuable insights on how to leverage digital tools for maximum engagement and ROI. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the latest trends in online marketing.
Imagine looking at your analytics dashboard, right? Your impressions are up, search volumes look completely healthy, your site is technically flawless, but your click-through rate has suddenly it plummeted by over 50%.
Yeah, which is just a complete nightmare.
Right. Your traffic is vanishing into thin air, and you have absolutely no idea why. So, welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at a radical transformation that is upending the entire relationship between websites and search engines.
We are officially entering what our sources are calling the answer engine era.
Exactly. And it is fundamentally changing the physics of website traffic. We are working from a fascinating stack of materials today, you guys. We've got tactical strategy notes on the shifting architecture of search.
And an incredibly raw, tell-all case study from a digital marketing agency owner.
Oh, that case study is wild. They basically watched their traffic completely crater, fought to get it back, and documented every single painful step along the way.
Which is so valuable for us to dissect.
It really is. So the mission of this deep dive is to equip you with the exact playbook to stop AI from stealing your website traffic and, actually turn this massive shift into a competitive advantage.
Because if you don't adapt, you're just going to bleed traffic.
Right. Whether you are a business owner just trying to keep the lights on, a marketer adjusting your campaigns, or just someone curious about how AI is literally reshaping the fabric of the internet right now, you really need to understand the traffic massacre currently happening on search result pages.
It is a massacre out there.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because the immediate crisis here isn't a glitch, right? It's a fundamental break in how users are interacting with the internet.
It's a terrifying moment for anyone who relies on web traffic to generate revenue. You check the data and the top line metric, the impressions, meaning the number of times your link was technically displayed on a screen, it looks fantastic.
Right, you're patting yourself on the back.
Exactly. But the actual clicks, the living, breathing people coming to your website, they're just disappearing.
And the culprit is that AI-powered answer box that now sits like this massive roadblock at the very top of the search results.
Yeah, it just pushes everything else down.
And looking at the data from our sources, I noticed this isn't hitting all searches equally. Informational queries are taking the absolute brunt of this.
Oh, absolutely. The how-tos, the what is searches.
Right. The searches you do when you are looking for a definition or a quick explanation. Things like trying to figure out what a customer relationship management tool is, a CRM, or how to calculate your return on ad spend, your ROAS.
And the data on those specific queries is staggering.
It really is. When an AI answer box shows up, paid click-through rates are plummeting to 9.87%. Compare that to 21.27% on the exact same searches when the AI box isn't there.
That is a 53.6% drop in traffic.
Wait, really? More than half of your potential audience is just gone, evaporated.
Yes. That massive drop is driven by what our sources call the bounce effect.
The bounce effect.
Yeah, so previously, an informational query required a user to enter a research phase. Think about how you used to search. You would, type in a question, open 3 or 4 different websites in new tabs.
Oh, I was at 20 tabs open.
Right. You'd read a few paragraphs on each and piece the answer together yourself. But now, the AI does all that heavy lifting for you.
It just scrapes it all.
Exactly. It reads those sites, compresses that entire research phase into a single, neatly formatted paragraph at the very top of the page.
So the user reads the answer, they are completely satisfied, and they leave.
They bounce. No clicks for the websites that supplied that information, no chance to capture an email address, and absolutely no chance to sell them anything.
Wow. It's like setting up a free sample table right outside your bakery.
Oh, that's a great way to put it.
People walk by, they eat the delicious samples you spent all morning baking, they feel completely satisfied, and they just walk away.
Wiping their mouths and walking right down the street.
Exactly. And you're left standing inside wondering why the dining room is entirely empty, even though the foot traffic on the sidewalk outside is breaking records.
You gave them exactly what they wanted. But in doing so, you completely eliminated their need to walk through your front door.
Man, that hurts.
What's fascinating here is that this high-impression, zero-click phenomenon is actually a system functioning perfectly.
Wait, perfectly? How is 0 clicks perfect?
Because the search engine's ultimate goal has always been to satisfy the user's need as quickly and efficiently as possible. The AI is executing that flawlessly.
I see. It's perfect for the search engine, not the business owner.
Right. Which means the old rules of engagement, where you could strategically bait someone onto your website with a partial answer or, a long-winded, suspenseful introduction, those days are dead.
So if the front door is blocked by this AI giving away the goods, we have to figure out how to get people back inside.
We do. And that is where the agency owner's personal story in our sources becomes incredibly valuable.
Yes. This owner saw their traffic drop and decided to use their own agency as the guinea pig to figure out how to get featured inside those AI overviews.
It's a brave thing to test on your own livelihood.
Truly. And I love this part of the case study because they are brutally honest about failing miserably at first. Like in attempt number 1, they created what they thought was phenomenal, authoritative content.
They went all out. Long-form guides.
Right. They fully optimized them with the best keywords, promoted them heavily, and nothing. Crickets.
The AI just completely ignored them.
Which has to be so frustrating. So what went wrong there?
Well, they treated the AI like a minor update to an old algorithm rather than a fundamentally new gatekeeper. So they moved to attempt number 2.
Assuming it was a technical thing.
Exactly. They assumed it must be a technical formatting issue. They went back into those long-form guides, adjusted the keyword density, rewrote sections, added bullet points, bolded headers.
All the classic SEO tricks.
Everything they thought would make it more machine-readable. And again, the needle didn't move an inch. Yeah, they were practically ready to write off the entire concept of optimizing for AI as just like another piece of marketing hype.
But then we get to attempt number 3, which is the aha moment.
The big pivot.
They realized the problem wasn't the quality of their writing, and it wasn't their keyword strategy. The problem was that traditional SEO taught us all a very specific, almost theatrical way to write online.
The recipe blog format, I like to call it.
Yes. You write a catchy headline, then you have a long, meandering introduction to build context about your grandmother's farmhouse, just to keep people scrolling and increase time on page.
And finally, you bury the actual answer halfway down the article.
Right. But an AI parser has absolutely no patience for narrative suspense. It wants the factual answer immediately.
This is a critical pivot in how we structure information online. The winning strategy they discovered is essentially the inverted pyramid model on steroids.
Put the bottom line at the top.
Yes. You must put the direct, unvarnished answer to the searcher's question in the very first paragraph. Honestly, ideally, it needs to be the very first sentence of your content.
So you write your engaging introduction only after you have already given away the core answer.
Precisely. You are serving the AI exactly what it needs to populate that top-of-page overview box instantly, without making it hunt.
Okay, wait, I have to push back on this a little bit. If you give the punchline away in the very first sentence, why would a human being ever keep reading?
It's a valid concern.
Doesn't restructuring an article like that completely ruin the natural flow of the writing and just make the bounce effect even worse?
It absolutely feels counterintuitive. And it highlights how much of a total reversal this is from traditional content marketing.
Yeah.
But here is the harsh reality of the answer engine era.
Give it to me.
If you don't give the punchline immediately, you won't even be invited to the stage.
Oh.
AI values immediacy and clarity above all else. If the AI has to scrape through 4 paragraphs of beautifully written narrative buildup just to find a simple factual answer, it will simply skip your website and pull the answer from a competitor who put it in their opening sentence.
So you have to secure your placement in the AI box first.
Exactly. Once you establish that authority and visibility, you can elaborate down the page for the human readers who actually want a deeper dive.
That makes sense. You can't win the game if you aren't even allowed on the board.
Right. But just rewriting the opening of a single blog post wasn't enough to solve the problem. The sources highlight a crucial secondary fix they had to implement alongside it.
Because one post isn't enough anymore.
The days of publishing a single monolithic blog post and letting it sit isolated on your website are over.
So what's the new model?
AI models are trained to look for consensus. They want distributed validation. They need to see that your answer is referenced and corroborated in multiple places before they trust it enough to feature it.
So you have to break that newly formatted blog post down into smaller, digestible chunks and distribute it across multiple touch points.
Yes, you turn key quotes into social media posts. You take the core answer and update your Google business profile with relevant snippets.
You are essentially creating a web of consistent information so the AI can find and reference your expertise everywhere it looks.
You're feeding the machine a consistent diet.
Let's move this from theory into practice, because this agency owner eventually took this exact playbook and rolled it out to real local business clients.
Which is where it gets really fun.
Yeah. The first example in the case study is an Italian restaurant and pizzeria.
A classic local business.
They took all the common informational questions people ask about pizza styles, dietary restrictions, dining options, answered them right up front, and distributed the content.
But they layered in something the sources call internal linking pathways, which completely changed the game.
Right, because an answer without a next step is a dead end.
Exactly. This is where informational strategy meets actual conversion. They didn't just answer the question and leave the user hanging. They built a structural bridge. They mapped the mental journey of the user.
How so?
Well, someone asking, what is the difference between Neapolitan and New York-style pizza, isn't just seeking culinary trivia. They are likely hungry.
Good point. They want pizza right now.
So the blog post answers the question in the first sentence to satisfy the AI. But the very next sentence says, we ferment our authentic Neapolitan dough for 48 hours. See our current topping combinations here. And that link takes them directly to the restaurant's menu. And every item on the menu links directly to the online ordering system.
That is brilliant. They created a frictionless, highly natural pathway from a curious searcher getting an AI answer to a hungry person browsing a menu to a paying customer.
It works beautifully.
Now, the second example is even more fascinating. It was a local electrician.
This one is my favorite.
Normally, an electrician's entire marketing strategy revolves around bidding on hyper-competitive, expensive search terms like emergency electrician near me.
Right. Everyone wants those.
But they completely abandoned that. Instead, they targeted a highly specific, low-competition question. When to call an electrician before it becomes an emergency.
So smart.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Think about the raw psychology behind that pivot. When someone searches for an emergency electrician, they are in full panic mode. Sparks are literally flying.
The house is on fire.
Right. But when someone searches about a warm outlet or a flickering light before it's an emergency, they are just casually exploring their options.
They're in the research phase.
Exactly. By getting featured in the AI overview for that pre-crisis question, the AI actually did the selling for them.
It gave the homeowner enough technical information to realize what the problem was.
But crucially, it made them realize they absolutely should not mess with their home's wiring themselves. So who did they call?
The professionals featured right there in the answer.
Exactly.
Intercepting intent is all about moving upstream in the customer's decision-making process. You have to ask yourself, what is the symptom my customer experiences right before they realize they need my product or service?
The warm outlet.
Yes. By targeting that pre-crisis phase, you avoid the most crowded, expensive, panic-driven search terms where everyone else is competing. You establish trust early.
You position yourself as the helpful authority.
And when that user inevitably realizes they need professional help, your brand is the only one they have been interacting with.
Okay, so if informational searches like just basic definitions are essentially a dead end that actively trains users to leave, we have to look at where the intent to stay actually lives.
We do. We have to follow the money.
Where's the safe harbor for a marketing budget right now?
The data points very clearly to two safe havens: transactional queries and brand queries. Let's look at transactional first.
Okay, transaction.
These are searches with crystal clear purchase intent. Someone typing in a pricing inquiry, searching for a side-by-side product comparison, or, actively looking for a demo request.
So they've got their wallet out, essentially.
Right. These types of searches are highly resilient in the answer engine era. They trigger those massive AI summaries much less frequently because the search engine knows the user isn't looking for a textbook definition.
They're looking to take a commercial action.
Yes. And when AI summaries do occasionally appear on these searches, the data shows that paid ads placed alongside them still perform incredibly well.
That leaves the ultimate safe haven, brand searches.
The holy grail.
This is when someone specifically types your company's name into the search bar. The data from the case study shows that brand searches with AI overviews present still generate a massive 16.36% click-through rate.
Which is fantastic.
That is miles above the single-digit averages we saw for those informational queries earlier. And the logic is simple, right? People searching your specific name have high intent, and they want to go to your specific site, regardless of what an AI box tries to summarize for them.
It's true. But there's a massive warning attached to that safe haven.
Okay, lay it on me.
You must actively defend your brand. You cannot assume that just because someone types your company's name, they will automatically click your organic link.
Wait, why not?
Because if you aren't running active brand campaigns, meaning you are paying to place ads on your own name, your competitors absolutely will.
Oh, that's ruthless.
It's just business. They will bid on your name, place their ads directly above the AI overview and your organic link, and steal that high-intent traffic right out from under you.
Wow.
Defending your brand search territory is non-negotiable right now.
And the strategy for how we write those ads has to evolve too. Because of these AI boxes, your ad is often going to be pushed physically lower on the screen.
It has to work significantly harder just to be noticed.
The sources emphasize making your ad physically larger and more visually compelling by using every single ad asset available. We're talking site links, callouts, structured snippets, pricing extensions.
But to pull the user's eye down the page.
But visual size doesn't matter if the message is redundant. I noticed the case study was very specific about changing the actual ad copy.
The copy is vital because you have to consider the user's state of mind at that exact second.
Huh?
By the time their eyes physically scroll down to reach your ad, they have already read the AI's comprehensive summary at the top of the page.
Oh, right. They already got the lesson.
If your ad copy simply repeats the basic information the AI just provided, you offer zero value. Your ad copy must move the decision forward.
So no more generic ads that just say, like, learn more about our SEO services.
Exactly, which is pointless because the AI just taught them about SEO. Your ad needs to offer a concrete next step. It should say, get a free custom SEO audit in 24 hours.
You are offering the logical, actionable next step that the AI simply cannot provide.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it means businesses have to completely reorganize how they view their campaigns.
How should they structure them now?
You need to bucket your efforts into informational, commercial, and transactional categories. Once you do that, you must deliberately and surgically shift your budget away from those highly vulnerable informational keywords.
Stop paying for the stuff AI gives away for free.
Exactly. And pour those resources directly into the conversion-ready transactional queries where the clicks are still actually happening.
Okay, so we have a clear playbook. Format the content with the answer up front, distribute it everywhere, map out internal linking, target pre-crisis questions, and shift the budget to transactional and brand terms.
It sounds so simple when you list it out like that.
Right. Yet, looking around, most businesses aren't adapting at all. Why are so many people still bleeding traffic when the solution is right here?
It is the execution trap. The case study author points this out beautifully.
The execution trap.
Yet we are not dealing with a knowledge problem. Business owners and marketers understand that content is important, and they desperately want to rank in these AI overviews. The problem is a brutal lack of time and consistent execution.
I mean, that's fair. Business owners are swamped.
They are simply too busy running their actual operations, managing employees, handling customer service issues, keeping the lights on.
Yeah.
They don't have time to sit down and consistently write upfront answers, chop them into micro content, update their Google business profiles every single week, and build complex internal linking structures.
But executing the playbook is only half the battle. You also have to know how to measure if it's actually working because the old rulers are completely broken.
Yield metrics will just depress you now.
Seriously. As we established, a dropping click-through rate is no longer a definitive failure if your overall impressions are holding steady. Let's break down what we should be tracking instead.
Okay.
The sources list 4 key metrics. You mentioned impression share earlier.
Yeah.
How does that practically differ from CTR in this context?
Well, click-through rate just measures who clicked. Impression share measures the percentage of times your content or ad actually appeared compared to the total number of times it was eligible to appear.
Okay, so it's a visibility score.
Yes. If your CTR drops, but your impression share remains high, it means you haven't lost visibility in the market. The AI is simply answering the query on the search page. You are still being seen as the authority.
And that ties directly into the second metric from the sources, top-of-page visibility rate.
crucial metric right now.
Why is this specific placement suddenly more critical than just being on the first page?
Because of physical screen real estate. The AI overview box takes up so much vertical space that it pushes traditional organic results below the fold, meaning the user has to scroll to see them.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Right. If your visibility rate isn't tracking top-of-page placements, you might technically be ranking on page 1, but to the user, you are practically invisible.
Wow. The third metric is branded search volume growth. I imagine this takes a while to manifest, but why is it so important to track?
It is the ultimate proxy for overall market demand and brand trust. If your AI content strategy is working and people are consistently seeing your name cited as the expert source inside those answer boxes, more people will slowly start bypassing the generic search.
And they just start searching for your company directly.
Exactly. It proves your upstream awareness campaigns are actually working.
Which brings us to the final metric, assisted conversions. This tracks search interactions that contribute to a final outcome later on, or even on a different channel.
Yeah, the multi-touch journey.
So what does this all mean? Let me play devil's advocate for the business owner listening right now.
Go for it.
Wait a minute. If my clicks are vanishing, my CTR is in the toilet, and I'm being told to rely on delayed metrics like assisted conversions and impressions, how does a business actually pay the bills with impressions?
It's a million-dollar question.
Because you cannot deposit top-of-page visibility into a bank account.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
It is the most important question any business leader can ask. The answer is that the clicks haven't vanished entirely. The path to the click has just been delayed.
Okay, explain that.
Think back to our electrician. If a homeowner sees that electrician's expert answer in an AI box today about a warm outlet, they probably won't click through to the website today.
Because it's not an emergency yet.
Right. But when that outlet starts smoking next week, they remember the brand that helped them. They perform a direct brand search, which we know converts at a highly profitable rate, and they hire them.
I see.
Impression share and top-of-page visibility aren't vanity metrics anymore. They are the true leading indicators of future revenue. The assisted conversion metric is the mathematical proof that your initial AI visibility played a critical role in the final sale, even if that sale happened days later.
So you aren't losing clicks. You are building a pipeline of trust that eventually converts. Man, this has been an incredibly dense, actionable dive into the answer engine era. To quickly recap the core playbook for you guys, stop burying the lead. Look at your own website right now, your latest blog post, or even your next presentation.
Given the answer right away.
If you are hiding the answer at the bottom, flip it upside down. Put your direct answers in the very first sentence.
And then break that content down and distribute it across every platform. Social media, Google business profiles. Just make sure that AI can validate it everywhere.
Right. Shift your budget deliberately away from informational queries and double down on defending your brand and capturing those transactional queries.
Write ad copy that moves the user to the next logical step rather than repeating what they just read.
Yes. And above all, stop panicking over a dropping click-through rate if your impression share and brand searches are actually growing.
Seriously, take a deep breath. But as you rethink your own content strategy, this raises an important question. And it's a paradigm-shifting detail from our sources to leave you with.
Ooh, let's hear it.
We've spent this entire time talking about traditional search engines. But search is no longer just a single bar on a single website. Search is now a fractured, massive ecosystem.
Oh, totally.
People are going to Reddit to search for raw, unfiltered product reviews. They are going to YouTube and TikTok to search for short-form, visual, how-to content. AI tools are answering research queries directly inside standalone apps.
So the pie is just splitting into a million pieces.
Exactly. As we all race to optimize our websites for these AI answer boxes, are we preparing for a future where the traditional search engine isn't even the starting line anymore?
That is a wild thought.
Your visibility strategy has to exist everywhere your customer forms an opinion, long before they ever type a question into a search bar.
Now that is something to seriously think about as you plan your next move. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Go intercept some intent, stop burying the lead, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Ready to take your online business to the next level? Subscribe to our digital marketing podcast and then join our Accountability for Success Mastermind. With expert advice from industry leaders, you'll gain knowledge and insights that will help you succeed in today's digital marketing world. From social media strategies to search engine optimization, we have all the tools you need. Learn from successful entrepreneurs and take control of your online success. Join the Accountability for Success Mastermind now at bit.ly/AFSM podcast.